And we're live. Hey, Robin. Hey, Kathy. Happy Sunday.
Hey,
They're
guys.
already commenting.
Hey, Debbie.
Of course they go to heaven. I have no doubt.
doubt.
Debbie, well, podcast over.
Yeah, podcast done.
I love you
There you
so
go.
much. What did you name it?
Do all cats go to heaven?
I mean, I think it's a valid question.
I can't get that song out of my head.
Oh, God, please.
No.
I
had to find it on YouTube for
Hi,
those of you guys in our
Dana.
VIP group.
Hello, Dana.
I was singing the song from like my church days back when I was young, and she kept singing it. I was like, "You've never even heard the song," and she was like, "Well,"
but I hear her sing it.
Catholics sing like this.
She hears Gregorian chant one time. She thinks that's all.
I'm like, that is
my God. Hey, Lynn. Oh my God, we're so good. Happy Sunday. Tabitha. Hello.
Happy day.
It's a much better song.
It is.
Much better song.
When Jesus was.
You guys, the sun is like right in my eyeball.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. Shut that door a little bit.
No, it's there. You have to shut it all the way, and half of our equipment is halfway out the door. I'm just going to lean in like this.
Just lean in, girl. Lean in.
Let that light shine on
Hey,
you.
guys. Welcome to our
Hey,
podcast
Denise.
called Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. We are about to be recording our podcast for this week, which is called Do All Cats Go to Heaven? And it's CatCon weekend, guys. CatCon from Your Couch happened this weekend. We are hopped up on goofballs, really excited about having an amazing weekend. So we're going to talk about a fun subject instead of just, we always talk about oftentimes we'll talk about something that is like serious about our cat's health or things that we need to know. And we do this every day, all day long on social media. But today we just want to have, girls just don't want to have fun.
Am I saying your name right? What a cool name.
Love it. It's Jules?
Joby. Jobey. That's brilliant. Teresa's in the house. Tina's here.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry.
I love you guys so much.
I'm so sorry, Jules. Had to put her 17-year-old kitty down last Tuesday, last comment. I'm very sorry about that. We are going to make light of the subject and just kind of dive a little deep into what our hypotheses are, right? And I'm pretty sure we haven't discussed it. Like, we wait until this moment to discuss it.
Yeah.
So that it's real, raw life. I'm pretty sure we have two totally different perspectives when it comes to cats going to heaven. So let's do this. Let's just get it going. Let's just get a podcast going. Ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
When we all get to heaven, go.
Welcome to episode number 0044 of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. Guys, we're going to be talking about something, I want to say fun today. But,
I don't know that there's any way that it could be fun. Because
I think so.
This topic of do all cats go to heaven?
Yes.
Was the brainchild of a late night conversation Jay and I had a few nights ago where we were talking about the rapture. We were both raised in
Christian churches.
In religions that taught about the rapture, in the book of the Revelations. And so
actually I'd like to say this real quick because I just said we were both raised in Christian religions.
You didn't think Catholics were Christian because
you
were a Baptist.
No, let me tell you why.
Why?
Because on Facebook it gives you the option, or it used to, I don't know if it does anymore, but it gives you the option of choosing your religion. Really? And it either says Christian or Catholic. They are two opposite. People say, "Oh, I'm Catholic," or "Oh, I'm Christian," and I'm like, aren't they the same thing? I thought, Christian was believe in Christ, basically, right? Follow Christ. Isn't that what Christian is?
Right, I believe so.
I think the actual definition is something like
Followers
baby Christ.
Of Christ.
Baby Christ.
Baby Christ.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the actual. I don't know. Or
what?
Someone told me that was. Yeah.
What, a baby Christ?
Maybe I made that up. Maybe I dreamt that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
She's got her own special dogma.
My own dogma happening here. But
Trisha,
today,
what's that beautiful?
So the cat just knocked the other camera.
Way out of.
Can you just shut the thing so your face isn't in the light? I don't know why.
Because I can't get this inside.
Oh, just kidding. Never mind.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Sorry, guys.
It's crooked anyway. That's Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Put this back. Sorry, the logistics. Technical total technical difficulties going on here. Mainly human error, but hold on.
Well,
here we go.
Cat messed it up.
Yeah.
There we go.
When in
Fine,
doubt,
fine.
blame your cats.
When in doubt,
Okay,
blame the
but
pussy.
here's the thing, though, right? So we're having this late night conversation where we're talking about how jacked up the world is, and a lot of people in many religions are taught like the end of the world, the apocalypse.
Oh, it was like every day growing up for me.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, and you just crossed your fingers that you weren't left behind, right? When the rapture came, and I said, "What about that?" Because I really hope that like the heavenly people. I said, I really hope they thought about this. Because
you said, I hope that they've thought about making sure that cats go to heaven too. And I was like,
right.
Who are they? And she said, the board of directors up there somewhere.
The heavenly board of directors.
The heavenly board of directors.
Because seriously, think about this. If this rapture thing was true, right? And people just all of a sudden
you can't just pull out the random word rapture. Not everybody.
The rapture. We've already been talking about it.
No, we haven't. This is
Pam.
your first time mentioning rapture.
Really? Okay. Well, in the book of the Revelation, at the end of the world, they have like the apocalypse or the rapture
Bible, right?
In the Bible, right? The rapture is this like event that happens before some of the major trials and tribulations, where all the good people, I'm doing air quotes for everyone listening to the podcast, all the good people are literally taken from the earth.
But this is how you were taught that. This is how you were taught that.
Right, but this is where the question
I wasn't
came
taught
from.
that the good people get to go up to heaven on this like chariot.
No, I don't think there was a chariot. I don't think there was a vehicle involved.
Because you could be a good.
Hey, no hissing.
You could be good. They were sliding, not hissing.
Okay.
You could be good people in my religion growing up. You could be good people, but still not be like have your ticket to leave on the rapture. I don't know. And then there was something like 7 heads too.
Oh well, that's I think later in the book of Revelation. We're not biblical scholars, so please don't take our word for any of this. But basically, I do remember that people are going to be working in the garden, and all of a sudden, like 2 of them are gone and one's left behind. First of all, it sucks because you got to finish all.
Was that the Bible or was that a video that you watched?
No, that's the Bible.
It wasn't the Left Behind series.
No, I didn't get to see that until I was like an adult, and then I didn't really watch it. But I knew about it. It's like Kirk Cameron or whatever. But here's my question. Let's get to the root of the question. The root of the question is, what if true, right? If the rapture is true, and you and I are sitting here, and you're better than I am, and you just get taken up, but I get left behind.
You like how she thinks it's just like if you're better than me.
I'm just saying.
What
This is my juvenile.
What makes one person better than the other?
Juvenile understanding. My point is this: what if you and we didn't live together? What if you had 7 cats, and you're just taken? First of all, the whole world's going to be in turmoal. What about the cats?
You know what?
As soon as get to go with the good people, since think about emergency contingency plans.
Since we're working on it and on like a fictional sci-fi level, I would be pulled up, and if my cats were left behind, as I got to the heavens, I would have a machete. What are those big guns?
That's not
machine gun or something in my hand that would be like, give me my cats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, that's rude. I'm not quite sure that's going to be a good way to make a first impression of things. You know what I mean? What if we like just came up with like a little
magnet kind of?
Yeah, a cat magnet. So that if you find yourself being taken away in the rapture,
so that's
you
where
take all your cats. But that's what I'm saying. All the cats get to go to heaven?
So that's where the crazy cat lady picture comes from, where all the cats are attached to her.
Oh my God.
Because she's already
the robe is a magnet.
The rapture's already happened.
They make magnetic robes.
That attract cats. There's a certain
guys.
DNA within cats that sucks to you. Sure, like I'll go for that.
Here's the thing: because we don't know what to believe about anything anymore, it's certainly clear that the world is in terrible distress at this time. I
don't know that in my entire life. I do have to say this: in my entire life.
Your entire life.
My entire life, for as long as I can remember,
okay.
Right? I don't remember being like 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
14.
But for as long as I can remember, every adult, anyone that was an adult, has always told me that the world is in really, really bad shape. That the world is coming to an end.
Yeah,
that we're all just like, it's such horrible times. Everything is such horrible times. Like, have you guys ever had anybody tell you, you know what? Things are going really well. Not just personally, but just globally. Things are going well right now. I think without like a negative. Well, I mean, I know.
Have you had?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Have you ever had anybody, has your mother ever said the world is doing very well right now?
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Right.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's
good.
always.
I think I misheard you then because okay, go.
Yeah, I've never had anybody. I don't think ever
It's always
anyone
the end times.
that it's that.
Right.
Well, those religious people growing up, or yes, it was always the end times. Jesus is coming. The rapture is coming. Blah blah blah. Whatever. All that stuff.
Aren't you going to be in trouble
always
when you
been
find
like,
out that you're wrong?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm 40 years in.
Not
and
yet.
it still hasn't happened, even though it's coming any minute. It's coming any minute. My whole life.
You're pressing your luck.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with pressing my luck.
Do you know what I think?
I
think there's probably a good chance that the rapture has already happened and there were so few people taken, they're just attributing it to an alien abduction.
So here's my question,
Go ahead.
and I'm going to get serious.
Ooh.
There's so much in the Bible that I truly believe, I'm not going to fight with somebody about, because that's not my jam, but I truly believe is more, what's the word? Parable? A fictional kind of setting versus reality. And
I mean, give me a specific example.
I don't know, the rapture? Or maybe Adam and Eve. Like, woman comes from rib. Like, we want to believe that was a real thing. Like, that actually really happened. But it's like, really? I mean, I think it's a great way to begin the story.
The Adam and Eve thing?
The way that the way that they want to begin their story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And mind you, the Bible wasn't written by God. Right? It was written by.
It's arguable.
Oh!
I heard he has a very big pencil.
That kind of sounded dirty.
You guys.
But probably. But now I've totally lost what I'm saying.
Okay, I want to catch up on some of these comments here because I think we're way behind.
Yeah. Hi, Pam. Somebody said
Pam
hi,
is
Pam.
here.
Hi, Nor. Nor said hi,
Nor
Pam.
is here.
That means Nor and Pam are here. Hey, Pam and Nor.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just talking about.
So that's a totally different topic. And listen, here's the thing. I really feel like most holy books, I don't know that we've read a holy book or something that's considered the book of a certain organized religion.
We read a lot of the Quran.
That disagree with each other very much. Or
no.
That are...
But why is it about a book? Why are we talking about a book?
Because I think, history in and of itself is significant.
Correct.
I'm a total Edmund Burke fan. Those that fail to learn the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. I think that that's been demonstrated pretty well throughout history. And I think that it's exciting to talk about, think about, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to, I'm just saying, my main concern was if the rapture is true, what happens to all, and we all know, wait, let me finish this thought because this is really important. And I think we can all agree with this. The best people in the world are cat people.
That's true.
Right? So they are going to be taken. And what about the cats? The magnetic rope thing, I think is a good idea. Yeah. We should definitely look into that.
But I thought you have we go back to the naked before they put fig leaves over their private parts. Like when you're
in heaven?
Yeah, like you're naked.
It's a nudist colony?
I thought clothes don't matter because it's not about that.
I hope they have like a little robe or something.
I don't know.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Would you be though?
I read a book once about because being raised Catholic, we always have. We were talking about this in our VIP group briefly. The Baptists very much have heaven or hell, and their hell is very terrible. Fire and brimstone. Catholics also have a terrible hell, gnashing of teeth and all that kind of, that's all like biblical stuff, the descriptive words. Very, very convincing. But Catholics have this little thing called purgatory that we believe in, which I am all for. I mean, if we had to vote on it, do we keep or do we not keep purgatory? Hell yes, let's keep it.
Here's the fun thing about that.
That's like an extra ooh, I knew I didn't get my shit right. Totally. But now I have to sit in a miserable, cold, damp place for, I don't know, however long almost eternity is, where I get to think about what I should have done right, but I'm not gnashing my teeth in fire and brimstone, right? Like it's a little waiting area.
Yeah, where you feel
So-
really bad about yourself until somebody prays you out of it into heaven.
That helps.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So this is where, so guys, so something you guys don't know about us. Many years ago, I'd say probably 10 years ago, Adrienne and I did a deep dive into religion. We were both raised like devout in our religion, like very, 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 very much into our, I'm religion,
Very much into our
basically.
communities.
Into our Christian communities, Catholic communities or Christian communities.
Dana and Trisha, I love you guys.
So
Trisha said you can be a good ethical person and not be saved or raptured.
right, that's what I was taught. So
Yes.
are we going to talk about this?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you
Let's
listening
I'm
to me? This is
I'm
something
fully
that you should have
engaged.
learned at CatCon today
Yes.
during the
fully listen.
positivity
Listen
session.
to your heart and listen to each other.
Yes,
Yes.
Thank you.
See, I do
Okay.
pay attention.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so
Okay. So when we just started talking about like our upbringing and how different, like how similar, same book, but different translations of that book. Like they're in me growing up, there was no purgatory. There was that wasn't biblical. It wasn't
you
biblical.
had blessed assurance.
Right.
Catholics
Right.
don't have that.
Right. But it's the same book. It's the same kind of verses, but a different translation of
Right.
them. So this got us very interested in like, wait a second. It's like technically same place that
Had to
we're
do a lot of
supposed
research.
to be going. So let's dive deeper into this. So we started diving deeper into Catholicism, a little more into like the different sects of Christianity. Do you know there's like 40 different sects of
I think
Christianity?
there's like 67 or more.
Or 60.
Now.
There's like a lot of different sects, like different sections of
Sex, not sex. SECT, not SEX.
There's not a lot of sex in Christianity. Promise you that. Just kidding. No, but so we were really looking into the different
we
types of
the book of.
We read a lot of books, and then we dove into, because we were like, wait a second, if we're supposed to be of the same religion as in Christianity, and we believe completely differently, or we were taught completely differently, then what do these other religions? So then we started diving into Islam and Buddhism and Judaism
and Taoism.
And so many, and we were just
There's some good
reading and
material out
learning
there,
and
you guys.
learning. And so, I mean, gosh, it like a lot of it is like so. It almost like when you're first reading it, and this was the thing with Buddhism. When we first started reading, I think it was, or is it Taoism? I think it was Buddhism. We first started reading because we were like, we want to know the root of Buddhism, so we wanted to go deep into it, and then we learned that it was something about like somebody under. It sounded like a complete fictional idea, right? Like it sounded like this is what happened. Like
the man that lived under the tree for his entire life and just said smart stuff to people.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yes,
Mhm.
he lived under a tree, and it was like it was very much like, oh, this sounds like a cartoon. But then I was like, wait a second. But the whole story of like Adam and Eve kind of sounds like a cartoon too, if you really think about it. So maybe all of these stories have good lessons behind them, but they don't necessarily need to be taken literally. Maybe it is more a parable where we learn lessons, which a lot of that is, and we know that already.
Trisha, this is a good point because this is something that was fascinating to us. So Trisha said, I studied religion, philosophy, and ethics in college. Look at what is similar to all the religions.
Exactly.
That's what was
That's
so
what
fascinating.
we found.
Was that it's pretty basic what everyone's trying to get at.
Everybody's trying to get to the same thing, just
Right.
on a different path. And the problem, I don't know how we got, I guess I do, but I don't know how we got into religion instead of the cats going to heaven thing, but we'll get to that in a second.
Question.
But the problem that we found, or that I
What do you have
specifically, I really wish you would be here.
Well, she's about to eat something.
What is it?
And I saved her from
There's a
some
piece
sort
of
of
toilet
stream.
paper.
Well, she is saved.
She is saved from the toilet paper. So the thing that we realized, as you said, Trisha, is that it's all, there's so much similarity between all of the different in great religions, or even not, like even the other ones whatever.
Like there's
the
a lot
smaller
in
ones.
common with the big three.
Is it with the big three? Oh yeah. But I mean, Taoism, amazing.
Love that
We
one.
were like,
love
whoa,
me some
love this.
Taoism.
But it's all looking for the same creator, right? All looking for the same picture. But the problem, I think, comes in when each religion says my way is the only way.
Yeah, man does a good job of messing up the message.
I feel like it's man that messes up the message, because when it's like my way is the only way. I grew up, the Catholics are going to hell because they don't have blessed assurance, because they didn't say the Romans road to salvation or whatever it is, that this prayer, the special prayer that you have to say to get yourself into heaven. That's what I learned, right? And she learned something completely different. So basically I'm going to hell because I didn't follow, because I never went to mass, and you have to go to mass every Sunday. If you miss a mass, then you're surely going to hell.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it's a venial sin, because we had, there's different levels. A mortal sin, if you die in the state of mortal sin, then you go to hell. But if you hit confession for that mortal sin and then you die, then you have a good chance of getting into heaven, or maybe purgatory, depending on the degree of that mortal sin. A venial sin is like a little white lie, or that sort of thing. It's a lesser sin. It's something that is probably the best thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like getting the last cookie in the cookie jar when you know it's for somebody else. Venial sin.
But that was the most interesting thing, right? Because I was taught that all sins are equal in the eyes of God. Like, you thinking a bad thought about your cat is just as equal as you murdering somebody. Because there are no levels of sin. It is sin. Sin is sin. Yes. There's no level. You know what I'm saying? But this was what was so interesting, is learning about like a different mindset of how does that work, and then what do you think? And then it all comes down to, so we're all, what I believe is that all of these religions are looking for the creator, their creator, right? Like it's all like
purpose.
Yeah, but I mean, every single one of the religions have the creator as their source. Right?
Oh,
right. And then comes the afterlife.
Oh, and that's just
Then the afterlife is so.
I will say the best thing, and let's get back to the cats. And Marilyn is a little.
That's why I went to afterlife.
Behind. Because she's still stuck on heaven being a nudist colony, which I think that I'm need to do some deep diving in that. But the cool thing about looking into so many religions, you guys, what I love about it is that it makes it super easy. Like we discussed when we first met each other, you judge Catholics, I judge Baptists, like evangelicals. Don't get me started on charismatic Catholics, or you're right. When you look at everything as a whole, it makes it a lot easier to not even think of judging someone else.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful thing.
I'm telling you,
you can be secure in your beliefs, and you can feel very confident that someone else is totally allowed to believe whatever they would like to believe.
Yes, and not judge where that afterlife is going for them, which brings me to what the biggest thing through our journey, studying religion together, the biggest thing that came out of that, for me, bringing it back to cats and the afterlife, is that I am 100% comfortable with uncertainty.
Oh yeah.
Because if I'm right, then I'm, or how I was taught is right, then that makes you wrong.
Correct.
And if you're right, then that makes me wrong. And if either one of us are right, that makes that religion wrong. That makes that religion wrong. That makes that idea wrong. That makes that idea wrong. And I don't know, because there's billions of people in all these different
You have to be comfortable with uncertainty.
Ideas.
So, your air quote fingers must be getting very tired today.
Am I air quoting a lot?
Yeah, you are. It's very.
Well, there's a lot of air quotes when it comes to religion, in my opinion. But so when it comes to cats, guys, here's what I think, and I'll tell you, I think this mostly from personal experience. And many of you guys, from
your last visit to heaven, you saw a lot of cats there.
I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you so hard.
I'm just wondering,
like real hard cut.
Okay, sorry.
You like cutting, cuts, scissors.
Ooh, oh God, that hurts just thinking about it. Okay, good. Most of this from personal experience.
I don't believe that souls die. At all. I don't know where that's going to end up one day. Right now, I feel like it's still here on Earth, but maybe there's, I don't disagree that there might be life on other planets. Like, I don't know, but I really,
by nature not dead.
Correct, right? So I don't believe that the souls of our cats go to heaven
But
because they're dead.
they believe that they do have a soul. Right now, as a sentient being, they have a soul.
I do. Do you?
I do.
Do you believe you have a soul?
Hopefully, I mean, there's a.
If we have a soul and our cats don't have a soul, that means we think we're better than cats. That goes to those right. No, that goes to those people that are like that believe that, well, it's just a cat.
Oh my God, Debbie, I love you. No, I do agree with that. Debbie said, I know my cats have gone to heaven as they have sent me signs.
Yes, okay. So in our minds, like heaven is a great place to be.
As long as it's not a nudist colony.
I don't think anybody's ever.
If it's a nudist colony, I'm rethinking this whole thing.
I don't think anybody's ever said like heaven really sucks. But for me, I feel like
it sounds like it sucks though, right? Like the streets of gold and the
oh God, yeah.
Like,
when they were talking about streets of gold, I'm like, I hate gold. I don't want gold streets.
I'm a silver girl.
Like, why would I want to go there? Like, literally, those are my options: fire and brimstone or gold. Put me in purgatory. This is before I knew purgatory, but I'm like, I'll stay in purgatory.
That's a good option.
No, but like, okay, so back in 2015, February of 2015, our cat Mama passed away. It was a Mack truck kind of situation. It was we knew that she was sick, but we had nursed her back to health. She didn't have a good prognosis, but it turned into from like you're only going to live like a few weeks to a year later. And we had done all the supplementation and diet and all kinds of things that we were doing for her to make her healthier, to help her live longer. Her symptoms were completely under control, and then it went into something crazy. And it turned out she had a tumor. We had to put her down like same day when we found that out, when she was sneezing blood. Bad story, but we come home from the vet that morning, and of course we were like, we're not going to work. We're not doing anything. We poured some whiskey and we went outside and sat by the fire pit in our backyard. And we didn't have any words to say to each other because
it was just shocking.
It was we were still in shock. So we just sat there and like looked up at the trees and the sky, and this mockingbird flew down on the lowest. We have like these big trees. They have like lots of limbs. We don't trim our trees very well. So they have lots of like hanging limbs. So this mockingbird flies like as close to us as possible on this tree. And we both look up, and she just starts sneezing, which, as I said,
how Mama passed.
It's how Mama passed. She just starts sneeze. And she was always a sneezer, but she sneezed blood, and it went into the...
Turns out that she had a tumor in her lungs that had ruptured. So it was a very traumatic day.
Right.
And they had not detected the tumor.
No, before that. But we knew at that moment, both of us looked at each other, and we knew
it was Mama.
We knew for 100% fact that she had just come back to tell us she's okay, and she stayed in our yard. Sometimes we wonder if she's still here, because she just like stayed in our yard for months and months. Months and months and months.
But there's a long history with Mama and Mockingbird, so I mean, doesn't really make sense if you didn't know that. But there's a long history with Mama and Mockingbirds.
So since that situation, I believe that our cats move on to not always a bird. Maybe it's not always another cat. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a human. Maybe it's a caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Oh, cute! I like that. Let's see what you did there.
Caterpillar. I didn't mean to do that, actually. That was kind of like the country coming out. Yeah.
It's the weekend of CatCon. It's just like, everything is. Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know, but I will say that I do believe that cats don't go to purgatory or fire and brimstone hell.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
So if they go somewhere, it is either heaven or it is even the meanest cat, I would say. Absolutely still go. And by mean, because there's no such thing as a mean cat. It's a scared cat. It's a
exactly.
Yeah, it's a fearful cat. It's a stressed out cat.
Which can be said of people as well.
Exactly.
Some people. There's some people that.
Exactly. So I say all cats get outs. They when they pass.
Free ride.
Yeah, they're either coming back as, I mean, maybe some cats, they came from a lifelong of their souls come from a lifelong of, maybe more in the negative world. So they come back and they have maybe a harder life as an ant instead of, ants work really hard.
They do, but I mean,
it's a lot of work to be an
precarious.
ant. So maybe it's like, okay, you need to learn your lesson, and then you go on to, a butterfly, and then you go on to a bird, and then
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'll say, I think it's fair to say that if such a thing as the rapture does exist, I think that hopefully the Heavenly Board of Directors, if that is a true thing, has devised a way that all cats attached to people snatched in the rapture are also snatched at the same time. Because listen, we can have our emergency plans, we can have our contingency plans. If something were to happen and we can't get home, our neighbors are going to come over and take care of. Listen, rapture happens, not everyone's going to get the memo. Who's going to know who's here, who's gone? There are
going to be so many people
What if your
being like, I'm going to have to look
neighbors
up
get taken,
rapture. I don't know what rapture is now.
It's the rapture. It's the rapture, y'all. So I say, yeah, all cats go to heaven. Oh, what are we missing? But I had a dream with my dog in it who died last month, and she told me she was fine and happy and running with her sister Bella in a good place.
Good.
See, that is what I'm talking about. Whoever's idea this was.
Maybe none of us are actually where we think we are right now anyways. Like, our souls are all one. And so we are wherever our souls choose, wherever we're
in the Matrix.
We're in the Matrix.
We're in the Matrix.
I don't know. I never watched the Matrix.
I know. There is no spoon.
Okay.
Still nothing?
No.
Nothing. Gotta get this girl to watch some movies.
Sci-fi's not my jam. It's not my jam. But anyway, so
there we have it, you guys.
So comment below.
I think that's been a riveting conversation.
Yeah, I think so. Give us some comments on our podcast, please, guys. Let us know. What do you think?
Let us know what you think.
What do you think? Do cats go to heaven, or is there such thing as heaven? Or do you believe in reincarnation? Or do we what makes most sense to you? We all have ideas. We are not anyone to tell you that your idea is right and our idea is wrong, or vice versa, because we don't know. I feel like we're just comfortable with that uncertainty, and I think that's I feel like that's the key to happiness when it comes to this conversation specifically, is being comfortable with uncertainty.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Then you can be a little bit more comfortable with death as well.
Well, that's a whole different podcast, yo.
Let's go into that later. That'll be another podcast. Anyway, guys.
Tina said, and ladies, maybe the rapture already happened and we're all leftovers.
Yeah,
we
were all left behind.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Who knows?
And Marilyn said, Tina, here. And in the infamous words of Marilyn, I would like to say, do carry on. I hope we all do.
And Jody said, "Thou shalt not judge aliens. Thou shalt be kind to how do you say that word? Sentinel beings.
Sentinel beings.
It's not sentinel.
Sentient. I think it's going for sentient beings.
Yes, I know that word.
End of my book. Well said, you guys.
Do carry on.
I'm excited to go back and read some of these comments. If you guys are listening to the podcast, thanks so much for hanging with us. This has been a fun topic.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Who knows? And you guys have a beautiful day.
Happy Sunday, you guys.
We will see everyone on Facebook tonight. That's here live on YouTube with us. We will see you guys for a huge giveaway on Facebook tonight.
Oh, yeah. This is Jay's birthday week, so
we've got
some fun stuff going on. We love you guys.
We love everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy Sunday, you guys. Bye, y'all.